This tiny range of motion, or pulsing, we use to help condition the working part of the body to better receive its instructions from the nervous system. Notice there's no up or down or circular motion. The arm stays level, as if it's sliding across a tabletop. Notice also that there's no rotation or flexion of the torso. The only joint that's working is the shoulder. Okay, now the only difference in this movement is the position of the arm in rotation. So basically you have three available ranges in rotation for the shoulder, either internal or externally rotated, or neutral position, which you see here with a thumb up. And a third of our horizontal adduction positions here, or moving the arm in towards the middle of your body, is with the palm up, putting the shoulder in an external rotation. Again, notice the form here as if you're sliding your arm across a level surface like a tabletop. No other movement of the body, or at least very minimal movement of the rest of the body. Note the elbow position throughout these different ranges of motion as well. The elbow, unless otherwise noted, is locked. It's straight. And some of these movements, especially this one, the tendency to flex or bend the elbow, comes into play. Especially as the arm starts to pass the hip a bit here. The biceps there just itching to take over. So be mindful of the form. Squeeze from the sides of your rib cage underneath your arm. Okay, and the opposite of adduction, our first three movements, is abduction, moving the arm away from the middle of the body. Starting off with our pulsing again, as usual, followed by full range here. Again, note the arm position, the elbow. It stays straight. Notice the torso position. No undue rotation or flexion of the torso. No bending, no twisting. The arm moves independent. Now in this view, I'd like you to take a look at the shoulder blade, right? The shoulder blade stays pretty close to the spine, or adducted. The other option is to let the shoulder blade abduct or round across the back, as you see here. Either range is fine unless you experience discomfort or a problem, or you happen to know that one of these ranges is contraindicated for you. You also have a chance to check out the working musculature here too. So the next position here is with the thumb up in our neutral position. Rest of the mechanics are identical. You're still abducting, moving the arm away from the center of the body. Elbow stays straight. And again, here we're seeing a large movement or abduction of the shoulder blade as it goes around the back. And our last horizontal abducted position here is with the palm up, putting the shoulder in external rotation here. And again, go back through the mechanics, check out the elbow position, torso position, no flexion or rotation or bending of the torso, elbow stays straightened. And here we go into a classic external rotation of the shoulder. Here the elbow is elevated. And we're using the hand here to help stabilize the arm, because the arm's going to want to move out or abduct and push the whole arm out. So we want to think about that hand as being a tabletop or a surface to support the arm, so you can better coordinate and isolate the range of motion. And again, looking at the pulsing position here, again, that tight, coordinated, controlled range of motion, right? so the working part of the body can receive the instructions from the nervous system. And this one in particular is one where a lot of athletes want to rotate out of this position and kind of turn their bodies with the arm. So this is another one where you have to squeeze and tense your body, keep it rigid, so we isolate the range of motion of just raising the arm up to a classically abducted position. Okay, options here are to have the palm facing forward as you see here, or to face the palm in towards the hips. And once you get adjusted, the mechanics will be the same. You start off with that pulsing range of motion. Remember, we use this to help the working tissue to receive its instructions from the nervous system. And once that's set, we have a better cleared path for the full range of motion. And working muscles you see here will include deltoid anterior as well as pectoralis. Now, take note of the elbow position. This is another position where the biceps are going to want to help out. Don't let them. Keep that elbow straight. And notice the hand on the non-working arm. The right hand is anchored to the hips. Just helps to stabilize the body, cue the body to maintain its rigid position so there's no rotation or flexion of the torso. And our last position here is going to be extension. That's where the arm is moving back. And this is just the opposite of the flexion shoulder position here. This one here is another one where you got to keep an eye on the elbow, make sure it doesn't bend to help, and make sure the torso doesn't flex or bend forward. Right? That's another big compensation I see here. To the left side of your screen here, easily you can see the working muscles here to include the triceps. And again, notice the non-working arm anchored to the hips, because you're going to have to turn and rotate in opposition so the torso doesn't rotate as well to the working side.